Hello everyone. So today we're doing end of season CFL recap. So basically we're going like somewhat summarizing their season, recapping the last couple weeks, each highlighting the playoff matchups and doing power rankings all in one video. So yeah, sit back and enjoy. Number 9, Ottawa. Oh, like you're hearing it here first on my channel. Not like you're not hearing it like for the first time ever, but it's the first I'm reporting on this. Ottawa has fired their head coach, Bob Dice. Bob Dice is fired. I really don't think the coaching staff was the problem in Ottawa. I really think it was their... I don't know what it was. I just don't know what it is. Okay, so till I can answer that, yeah. Okay, number 8, Toronto. I don't know what Toronto was doing this year. Sure, they were competitive enough. Let me make sure it's still recording. I thought I recorded this the first time and it didn't record, so I just wanted to check. Like they didn't quit on me, so yeah. So anyway, Toronto, I got no awards for him. Chad Kelly was out for the year. If Chad Kelly was in, Toronto would have been a good team. But like the talent was there on mostly every roster. Like some rosters had some weakness, others had no weakness at all. Like weaknesses were very minimal this year. Very minimal. But number 7, the Elks. I want to put them ahead of the Bombers, but the fact that the Bombers made the playoffs and the Elks didn't, I can't really ignore that. So, yeah. I gotta play by the rules. Like, the Elks, they put in a lot of effort this year, and they could make the playoffs next year. So, I was rooting for them to make the playoffs this year, but they were in it until, like, second last week of the year, which is an improvement for Edmonton. But Winnipeg, they were not an improvement. They were a regression this year. They regressed. I'm just going to move the number 5 over here to get some more room. There we go. Winnipeg, I was skeptical that if they would even make the playoffs at all. I was kind of hoping Edmonton would make it over Winnipeg. And no, this is not because I'm a Riders fan. I don't hate any CFL team. NFL, I hold a bit more of a grudge. Which against a certain someone who does not, against a certain team who does not play in this league. Like, I think, in my mind, I've become known for covering the CFL because it's kind of unique for me. So, yeah. Yeah, Winnipeg. Yeah, I don't really hate CFL teams. I don't. I love the Riders, but everyone else is more neutral on. Okay, number 5, Montreal. Montreal, I mean, you take it with a grain of salt, I think. Like, I was up and down with Montreal this year. It was up and down for me. And they were up and down. Because, like, first few weeks of the season, it looks like they get a free pass to the Grey Cup. I was, like, after, like, week 3 or 4, I was penciling in Saskatchewan, and Montreal in the Grey Cup. And that could still very much happen. But then Montreal didn't play it well. It was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say about this. And then here they are. They look good again. Like, in the middle of the year, I couldn't tell you Montreal's quarterback situation. Excuse me. Couldn't tell you their quarterback situation. And I am extremely good with quarterbacks. Actually, remembering quarterbacks. And when I can't name your situation and provide a clear fortune, that means you got a really bad situation. So, yeah. Okay, number 4. I'm going to put the Stampeders here. Now, the Stampeders, they've been a massive improvement. And over last year's squad, which was the worst in the league. Last year's squad was not good. It was no good. This year's squad, a lot better. They started off really well. They fell a little cold towards the end of the year, but they still weren't terrible at any point. Sure, they've had some terrible games, but they weren't overly consistent. And I don't think a lot of people are going to remember those. Okay, number 3, Hamilton. If I was doing power rankings in, like, the springtime before the CFL started, if I was doing this before June, I would have put Hamilton, like, somewhere around here. But Hamilton's been a massive improvement, like Calgary. After the first 2 weeks, I wouldn't have believed Hamilton. But it was more a case of they were playing. It was like, oh, they're not terrible. They were just playing very superior competition. And like 2 of the best teams in the league, Calgary and Saskatchewan. And that is a murderer's row of competition in this league. I could put BC in there too. BC's at number 2. Like, I remember a power rankings couple of months ago I did. I don't know if there were 3 and 5 when I did that one. 3 and 5, 3 and 6. I don't remember. BC was down here at number 8. They have been really good. BC's defense, they were not covering the opposing team's receivers. Or opposing offenses were having field days against them. But then BC made a few steps towards the receivers, covering them just a tiny bit better, and they've won 6 straight to end the year. And that's really what you should be doing in any type of football game. Doesn't matter if it's 3-down league, 4-down league. Just gotta check something here. Yeah, okay, still recording. Okay. I was a little bit worried there. 3-down league, 4-down league, even just a small practice. It doesn't matter. Or if you want your defense to be good, you gotta make it harder on the offense to try and take away their options. And the key point of that, covering the receivers. Which Saskatchewan, if BC didn't have a bunch of bad games, I could have put BC as the standard. But Saskatchewan, they were consistently good throughout the year. Sure, they've had a couple of bad games. Everyone's going to have a couple hiccups for the season. Like, outside of their few hiccups, and I know they have only been 12. They're only 12-6, but we locked up the division before we started resting starters, which I mean, that's common. Like, we achieved our biggest potential on the regular season before resting starters. Because, well, you can't really win. You can't win the championship trophy in the regular season. Sports just does not work like that. But outside of those few hiccups, and Saskatchewan didn't play bad the last 2 weeks. Sure, the results could have been. They could have won, but it is what it is. And sure, they've had a few bad games this year. Other 4 losses too. Yeah, they had a meh game against Edmonton, which meh, with the way Edmonton was playing at that point, wasn't good enough. The Calgary games, that might have been their worst performances, and Montreal, they still kept pace. So, like, the Calgary games were the worst performances, but for the most part, Sask has been the standard in the CFL. This is what all the other teams below them want to be on the field. So, yeah, it's a good season by mostly everyone, regardless of record. So, yeah, let's highlight the playoff matchups. Alrighty, so we'll highlight the playoff matchups now. So I put my thought here. These are not my official picks. I'll let you know my official picks when we do, like, the whole bracket, okay? When we do the whole bracket in a separate video. So, Winnipeg and Montreal. Like, the Bombers, I'd give Montreal 69% chance to win this game. Like, Zach Collaros this year, he's been making mistakes. He hasn't been slacking. No athlete slacks, but he's been making mistakes. And it's just kind of been off-putting to watch. Montreal, if Davis Alexander plays well, because we know their defense is going to show up. Like, their defense establishes themselves early, they'll have a really good game. And, as most of you know, but let me just remind you, I think it's my duty to do so. Winner of this game goes to Hamilton. So, winner plays Hamilton. Same situation here, different teams. West semifinal. Now, I really think Calgary could make this competitive, but BC has really had their number. And that's just going off a regular season. It doesn't matter in the playoffs, but I'm just going off based on what I've seen, and that's in the regular season. But hey, I really think that BC could pull away. This is a range of possibilities I'm going to need to think. I'd give BC a 57% chance, but I wouldn't rule either team out. Yeah. Whoever prevails goes to Regina and plays the Riders. So both of these games are happening Saturday, November 1st. And look, if you have playoff tickets, it's to your team's playoff game in this week, good for you. Like, I mean, I have to work. I have to work at a job up on Saturday. Otherwise, I'd go to the BC game, but I can't. But I will be keeping my eye on both of these games. And I will be right there, keeping updated. And it's only 5 games left. Semifinals, conference final, Grey Cup. I call it the conference finals, more division final. Like, I am more accumulated with NFL rather than CFL. Okay? So, yeah, that's what I got for you for now. Now, we're going to be doing playoff predictions. And I'll have to do some digital editing with that before it comes out. I probably shouldn't. A magician should never reveal his tricks, so probably should have kept my mouth shut. But yeah, until then, we'll see you again.